Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Why Nobody Plays video. And in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the man himself, Night Thrasher. The only dude in the contest to bring an actual skateboard to a fight. I know we have Massacre using his bat and all, but this guy is using an actual skateboard. Think about that for a second. Now, like we always do with these kinds of videos, let's actually explain all of his abilities and then discuss why nobody plays him. Night Thrasher is immune to incinerate effects and gains additional physical resistance. He also gains increased critical damage rating for each unique debuff on the opponent, and this ability is not affected by ability accuracy reduction. Well-timed blocks and successful dodges grant him 5% of max power while he's under 1 bar of power. All of his attacks that use the skateboard have a true accuracy passive, meaning that they ignore evade as well as auto block. Why can a skateboard do this? I have no idea. Once he knocks down the opponent, he also refreshes all of his active gadget debuffs. But moving on to the special attacks. Special 1. It inflicts a shock debuff dealing a certain amount of energy damage over 12 seconds, and if the attack was activated after ending the combo with a light attack, he will instead use a smoke capsule gadget which inflicts disorient, which then reduces the enemy defensive ability accuracy by 50% and also lowers the opponent's block proficiency by 50%, and this lasts for 12 seconds. And if the special was activated after striking the last hit as a medium attack, he will instead use an explosive gadget which inflicts Incinerate, and this Incinerate removes perfect block chance, it decreases the opponent's block proficiency by 50% and deals a certain amount of energy damage over 12 seconds. Now moving on to the special 2. It gives him a precision buff increasing critical rating by a certain amount for each unique debuff effect on the opponent, and this lasts for 10 seconds. The special 3. It inflicts a passive Debilitate, which extends the duration of all debuffs by 75% for 45 seconds. The attack also refreshes all of the active gadget debuffs with an extended duration. Now moving on to his awakened ability, heavy attacks have a 15 to 35% chance per gadget debuff to inflict a taunt debuff for 10 seconds. Striking a taunted opponent with the skateboard attack will also grant him a permanent fury buff, which increases the attack rating by a certain number, and the max limit of these are 10 stacks. However, when he's knocked down, these buffs are all lost. And also after being knocked down, he'll have a 25 to 50% chance to purify all debuffs. And that is Night Thrasher. His abilities are pretty simple and his kit works very well together, to be honest. He has a lot of utility as well as a lot of different effects which make him an absolute unit in terms of utility. But moving on to the costume, this dude might just have the best costume in the entire game. I mean, it just looks so clean, it just whew. Not a single flaw in my opinion, except for the profile picture. I wish the black color was a bit more black and then the red was a bit more red, but yeah, overall it still looks pretty cool. But moving on to the topic of why nobody plays him. Now in my opinion, Night Thrasher is a hidden gem. He does so many things and has a lot of utility. However, his shortcomings are also very apparent. One issue that he really does have is with his debuffs, the Incinerate and the Shock. The damage that they deal is very horrible, my goodness. And then the duration of all of his personal debuffs also, they're just way too short. And in scenarios where the opponent is being a little bit too passive, you can actually lose all of your debuffs. Also, another problem I have is with his awakened ability. This thing is pretty much just supposed to be in his base kit. You pretty much want him to be Sig 200. If you want to see the biggest numbers that he can do, the effect of purifying all debuffs while you're knocked down is also a really bad thing. And another problem I have is with his special 3, extending the duration of all of his debuffs by 75%. In my opinion, the special 3 is just supposed to make the debuffs permanent or something. I really do like this champion, and I feel like he has a lot going for him, but in terms of the numbers as well as the build up, in most scenarios it's pretty much just not worth it. Because if you need to use shock, you pretty much just go with Shuri. If you need the incinerate, Human Torch. If you need the disorient, I don't know, Baron Zemo or something. Like I said, he has a lot of utility, a lot going for him, and as a champion I actually really like him. But yeah, let me know down in the comments who next I should make a video on. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!